And I wanted to ask you how playing the character Harry has affected the Daniel the person.
I think basically it's helped me develop. I mean, I don't think I would have grown up as fast as I did if I was on the set. I wouldn't have matured. Like, it would have taken me a long time. But now, because I've done the Harry Potter film, and I'm around adults a lot more than I would have been, I think that's really helped me to kind of grow up as a person, and I've got more kind of experience with, like, adults and how they react. And I like watching people.
Do you think you've missed something than being around adults so often and being in such an adult business?
I don't think so, really. Because childhood isn't about, like, for me, going to school and, like, just, I mean, it's not, you don't have to, I mean, I see my friends all the time, and for me, childhood isn't about necessarily going to school, it's just about having fun, because it's the best, like, and that's what I've done in the past 2 years. I've been having fantastic fun all the time.
That's wonderful. Now, Emma told me that there were some pranks going on, and I decided I was going to ask you what those pranks were.
Well, I haven't been so many on the second film, but I'll tell you one from the first film.
Oh, prank from the first film?
Okay. And I wrote an apology note to the person. Robbie Coltrane had a very smart phone. And I'm very good with phones. I don't have one myself, but I've played with so many other people's phones that I've kind of picked up a lot of stuff. And I turned Robbie Coltrane's phone language into Turkish. And he wasn't happy. But luckily there was a woman on set called Zoe Tahir, and her father, oh, she is as well, she's Turkish, and her father speaks fluent Turkish, so we knew how to get through the language barrier and actually change it back into English. But until then, he wasn't a happy man.
I bet not. Now, so does that mean you're a bit of a technical whiz?
No. I just pick up a lot of stuff about phones for some weird reason. But I like to think of myself as being good with video games. Well, I like to think of myself as being, I'm not good, but I like it.
Let me ask about your relationship with your co-stars. With Rupert and Emma, they speak highly of you. I mean, what are your thoughts about how you guys have meshed together and working together for, 3 years now?
Yeah. I mean, I think that we've, because we are all to a certain extent quite like our characters. And our characters bond because of who they are. And because we're like them, we have bonded because of who we are as well. And we get on so well. It's really fantastic. Because it would have been, if you think about it, it would have been horrible if for 3 years I was around people I didn't get on with at all. And, I had to do scenes. But no, they're the nicest people.
And they said the same about you.
Cool.
And David Heyman said you are the most loyal person he's met. And I thought, what a lovely thought that was.
I like Harry's loyalty.
And I needed to ask you the question I asked the others about polyjuice. What would you be if you actually got your hands on some?
I think Spider-Man. Yeah. One reason being, if you've seen the film, all the cool stuff he can do. And secondly, he kisses Kirsten Dunst, which is good. And I've got my actual kind of a little spider thing there. So, in kind of, like, I'm going to build a shrine, I think, because I love comics and that kind of thing, so.
It's great. There was a great scene in the film. I wanted to ask you, what was the most enjoyable part of making the film? That spider scene just had us all going.
That was, I think, also climbing the rock face, because that was slightly Spider-Man-esque, and so I like doing that. And fighting at the same time with the sword, that was great.
Okay, and one last question. You're a little bit of a movie star now. So I wanted to ask you about, getting fan mail and how you respond to people, to fame, actually, people knowing who you are around the world.
It's really cool. I mean, it's just, people come up to me on the street and they're so enthusiastic about the film that it's fantastic to hear what they think. And I just really enjoy it, so.
Great. Daniel,
thank you very much.
Good job. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Daniel, congratulations. This is superb, and you've done an amazing job. So
Thank you very much.
Pat yourself on the back, my friend. I have to ask you, besides comfort level, what was the biggest difference making the second film for you?
I think Harry's part in the first film is amazing. I think the second film is really challenging as an actor. It's quite hard to do, and certainly I found it hard. But I think still, even I think I was just hoping I could meet the challenge head on and just like really do really well. And you know, I think I did okay in the movie. So I mean, I'm happy.
Yeah, I think you did great in the movie. But as Harry's growing, Daniel's growing.
Yeah.
And how did you find yourself slipping into his skin? Was it a little easier?
It's really weird actually, because it's kind of, I mean, it was very kind of, it was much easier, but at the same time I'm finding it kind of now hard to draw the line where Harry starts and I begin, or where I begin and Harry starts and I end, and very confusing.
How did you do anything special to prepare for Chamber of Secrets?
Obviously I talked to Chris loads about the part, but other than that, not really.
Reread the book, maybe?
Oh yes, I reread the book. I did that before each film, and I've reread the third book already. So
you're all set.
Yeah.
Now, what was your favorite scene in this? I mean, there's so much new stuff and new people, and I mean, it was so exciting. But for you, what was the biggest challenge or the most fun?
I think to film or to watch.
Well, either. What was the most exciting thing for you making this?
I loved doing the dueling scene to shoot because of the huge crowd and the stunts. And I loved watching the Chamber of Secrets scene because of the intensity of the dialogue between me and Christian Coulson, who plays Tom Riddle. I loved all that.
Yeah, it was just so spectacular to watch it. Tell me about, I mean, the three of you as well, with Rupert and Emma, you guys have to evolve your friendship on screen as well as off screen. Tell me about the relationship and how you guys developed such a great bond.
I think we're all quite like our characters to, you know, a certain extent, and as our characters bond because of who they are, and I think the same has happened with me, Emma, and Rupert over the last 2-3 years.
So what kind of fun things did you do offset to just keep it light, keep yourselves kids?
Well, me and Emma went to a water park together. Unfortunately, Rupert went home for the weekend. We were in Newcastle, and Rupert went home for the weekend. And we went to a water park together, so that was really cool. We just had loads of fun all the time, on and off set.
You also got to work with Kenneth Branagh, who I think is just spectacular. Do you still pinch yourself about making these movies, about what's going on in your life?
It's scary. It's really weird. I still can't quite get to grips with it. So,
what has been the biggest surprise change for you since you've started doing this? Have you had to adjust your life?
I haven't really had to, which is great. I'm trying to think, what else has changed?
Like, how do your friends, you know, when you go back to, like, I mean, your friends, oh, my friend is Harry Potter. I mean, how bizarre for them.
I mean, it probably is quite bizarre, but they certainly haven't changed in their attitude towards me at all. I mean, we're still, like, really good friends, and we still do the same things we used to do all the time, so.
Now, of course, Chris has said that he's not going to be doing the third one. What's so special about Chris, and what will you miss most about him?
I think, well, it's important to realise Chris is still staying around. He's the executive producer. I think Chris is amazing because he manages to get the whole set, and he manages to get them completely psyched up and really motivated, and he's managed to kind of unite us as if we're one huge family now. It's amazing.
Yeah, he's just spectacular. I also want to ask you about the flying car scene, because that looks like a ton of fun. Tell me about shooting that, because that must have been great. Yeah,
it was fantastic, and like when I'm hanging out the car window is so much fun, because I was actually doing it, and I was up pretty high, and it was so cool.
I want you to tell Canadian kids why they should go see this film.
Okay. If you like the books, you'll like the film, and even if you haven't read the books, I still think you'll like the film. I still think everybody will like it. And I think as well, if you like kind of dark, kind of edgy movies, I think you'll like it.
And what's the most exciting thing you're looking forward to when you start doing number 3?
Hippogriff. I think writing the Hippogriff, I think it's going to be really cool.
I think you've done such a great job, Daniel. Congratulations, and I cannot wait to see number 3.
Thank you very much.
I have to wait another year and a half for that.